Heyo, OmniDogs and OmniKittens, it's OmniDog. Thank you for watching. I see I already have questions started in the chat. I am OmniDog, and this is OmniDog's Vault. We're having a live chat today. Your questions, my answers. I may not know the answer, but you'll get an answer. We're going to talk about my trip to AwesomeCon 2018, which was yesterday. Still recovering from it. Not the youngest dog on the planet. And we already have a chat question from Taylor Brown, and I've been thinking about that. There's Rob McClay, my candy buddy. We always trade tips on collecting English and American chocolates. So Taylor Brown asked, I'll begin with the first question of the chat before it even starts so Jess can think on it. Jess, what are the most underrated Batman comics that more people need to read or know about? Ooh. That is a toughie, only because I think everything that's good that's Batman related is already kind of popular. And the stuff that's not good is unpopular. So I was looking through my collection, and pretty much everything I own is already popular. Okay, wait. I see a book. Just a sec. It may be popular, but I don't think it's well known, and it's in a collection. This trade is out of print. I have to move back, girl, to get it. It's in the J.H. Williams collection, so it's not. I like it because it's such great art. Fit back in there, Barb. I think Batman Snow is kind of underrated. Well, I don't know. It's pretty popular already by J.H. Williams and I believe Seth Fisher is the late and great Seth Fisher. I believe he also did Will World for Green Lantern. But Batman Snow is a great book that you can get in the J.H. Williams collection. This particular book is out of print, I think. I don't see it get a lot of attention, but maybe that's because everybody already knows it's great. So, and no, I'm not going to say Nightfall. Everybody loves Nightfall except me. But this book is a fun book, well written, great plot, Mr. Freeze, and the art is just amazing. And I'm pretty sure this is the same artist that did Will World, which was a wonderful Green Lantern book. So I'll say Batman Snow, although everybody probably already knows it. So no. There's Make Havoc. Right on, dude. John Wilson, good to see you. Kyler Stern. Let's see. No, I am not going to say Batman Cacophony and Widening Gyre. Holy Christmas. Those got root beard. I think some great underrated Batman comics are Heart of Hush, that's good, and Private Casebook by Paul Dini. That is a good one. That's a good. Those are good choices. I have a huge stack of books. Here's a book that I remember reading. That maybe I haven't read it yet, but I remember reading it back when it came out in floppies. Batman and Robin Adventures. Let's see. It was Batman and Harley Quinn chapters 1 through 7 and Harley Quinn and Batman chapters 1 through 5. I haven't cracked this open yet, but this is a good Batman book that just came out. And of course, it's Harley Quinn animated, so I'm going to love it. I'm a sucker for it, but maybe this hasn't gotten much attention because it's really good. Art's great. Writing's great. I loved it in floppies. There's Gabe Infinity Watch. Gabe, what's going on? Brandon Robinson, how's it going? Jess, did you get any sketches at AwesomeCon? I did not. I asked for a sketch from Colleen Doran, and she said nicely that she only did them for charity. Sean Gordon Murphy doesn't do sketches anymore, and we couldn't get to him because of the line. He's all of a sudden white hot because of White Knight. So I couldn't get a sketch from him. I will show you what I did get. I did get little sketches. I'm going to save her for last because she was so great. She gave me little sketches. Saw math. Oh, wait. Through the magic of iPhone, I'm going to show you pictures because I don't have. Oops, that's not the right picture. I don't have editing talent or anything, so I don't know how to edit the things in. So let's start with Colleen Doran that I saw. Here she is signing my book. Let's see if this shows up. Yep, there she is signing my book. And here's a selfie we took. Lovely woman, very nice. Couldn't have been nicer. And what I got from her, she just wrote or just drew a book with Neil Gaiman called Troll Bridge. So I got this, and she signed it. Foldy roll. She said I'd understand it when I read the book. So she signed that. And the other thing that I love is the Warren Ellis collection, Ocean Orbiter. She did Orbiter, and she signed that. Ooh, she even gave me warm wishes. I haven't looked at any of these. To Jess, warm wishes. So that was Colleen Doran, who was a lovely woman. We had a chat. She said Warren Ellis was a very interesting person to work with, which I think is hilarious. Let's see. What's the next picture of? The next picture, Gable like this. Reptar. Then me with Reptar. There's your fave, Gabe. Next up, okay, I have that book. This guy was really interesting. I'm not 100% sure. I should have asked him how he pronounces his last name. James Tynion. He did Detective Comics. He said it's his dream come true, that it's basically his version of the X-Men. And he signed it and put a bat in. He was great. Well, we did all this while I was with Fangirl. She and I were waiting an hour and a half for Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo. And while we were in line, we took off and went to get other artists and writers' signatures. And here's me with James Tynion the fourth. I tried posting that, and Facebook has weird face recognition stuff. I don't trust it at all now, because it just recognizes a face and automatically tags you in a post. I'm not comfortable with that. And this said it was Rob Petitinato from the group. Oh, there's Weekend Geekdom. Hey, dude, what's going on, buddy? Let's see what the next picture is. Okay, 4 kids walk into a bank. Matthew Rosenberg. This is the local comic shop day edition. And where did he sign? Where did he sign? Oh, man, that's a tiny sig. Right there he signed. And we had a chat, and he said there are going to be no more follow-ups to 4 kids walking a bank. This is it. So if you wanted a sequel, you're out of luck. Sorry, guys. Hey, Tyler Lindvall, what's going on? Avi G, hey, good to talk to you. And here's my pick with Matthew Rosenberg. As you can see, I look totally goofy in selfies. So we waited an hour and a half. And Capullo and Snyder, and I don't know who the other guy is in the pick, but I did get a pick with Capullo and Snyder, who the reason that we waited an hour and a half is because they're so awesome. They were talking to us for 10 minutes, and they do that with everybody. And they're just super nice. All these creators are super nice. And here's Snyder and Capullo's signature that I got in, I think, 0 Year. 0 Year Secret City. I just grabbed a book and said, okay, I'll get them to sign it. But they were talking to us, and Scott Snyder, I asked him about a metal omnibus, and he said, yeah, there's going to be a bunch of trades coming out. Several trades and hardcovers coming out. Actually, he didn't say hardcovers. He said trades are coming out, but they won't have all the extras. He definitely confirmed a metal omnibus. and he said they won't contain all of Greg Capullo's extra sketches and artwork that the omnibus is going to have. And after he told me not to buy the trades, Greg Capullo leaned over and said, "Dude, you just cost us money." So that was funny. Matt Miranda, hey, BFF. And so there's that. Then Nailbiter, I got signed. The Murder Edition by Josh Williamson to Jess. Josh Williamson, that's a nice big sig on the Murder Edition of Nailbiter. And we talked, he had Birthright there. We talked about that. He's just taking a break from it, but I think a new one is coming out this week. I think he just had a baby with his wife, and he could not have been a nicer guy. He was great. So there he is with me. Johnny Kid, how's it going? And then the highlight of the show. Oh, I wanted to save her for last, but she just came up in the pictures. The highlight of the show, Leila DeLuca, who's the artist on The Fabulous Shutter, which is such a good book. If you're not reading it, you really should. It's about an adventurer in an alternate world. Let me show you some of this great art, and I'll show you her SIGs. We talked to her for 10 minutes. Fangirl and I did. Here she is. She was nice enough to come around the booth and take a pic with me. I got all 5 copies. They were just $10 a piece, but you can get them all for like $40. All 5 for $40 off IST. In Stock Trades. They're not my sponsor, but I still love them. So yes, lovely woman, very talented, very nice. She could not have been nicer. And she drew stuff in every book. That's why we were there so long. Hi, Jess. Let's see what else she did. I haven't even looked at these yet. Shutter to Jess, and we told her how great we thought she was, and she was just absolute delight of a person. Leila DeLuca. So she personalized all these books. Let me show you some artwork in it. It's so good. Right here. And right here. Da, 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 da. She has a very unique style that I really love. Also, kind of reminds me a little teeny bit of Sean Gordon Murphy, only not as scritchy. But I really love her stuff. And she has her own, create her own stuff that Fangirl got. And let's see, the last volume, she signed right here. That was cool. That was very cool. I'm not kidding. She could not have been a nicer person. She was a doll. Wait, where's the 5th volume? Oh, here it is. 5th volume. Or is that 5? This is the 2nd volume. And here's what she wrote. Let's see some more of this art. So far, Shutter is just trade paperback. She did not say anything about a hardcover edition. Fangirl talked to her extensively about what it's like to work at Image, and of course she raved about Image. Said she loved working with Image, but she did not say anything about a hardcover. And this is a good spread right here. And I found out, which I didn't know, she also did Scarlet Witch, an issue or 2 of Scarlet Witch with James Robinson, and the art in that book is fantastic. I told her it was fantastic, and I loved all the paneling, all the different paneling in that book. So that was really good. And then the last one, we talked to him a lot, but I forgot to take a picture. But I got him outside, going through. Here's at the restaurant we went, gender neutral restroom. I thought that was an interesting sign, so I wanted to get a picture of it. Here's what we had at the restaurant, corned beef hash with eggs. It was one of the best things I've ever eaten. And let's see. Poor Star Trek girl in red doesn't know she's doomed. She was a little frosty. I said, hey, you know you're going to die soon, right? And she goes, I'm fine. Everything's fine. I'm not dead yet. So she must know. And the Supergirl pictures didn't really turn out. Here's Supergirl. You can't really see that well, but there was some decent cosplay. Supergirl was nice. Then I talked to Sam Humphries. He was great. He's the one that's going to put Harley Quinn in the fourth world. And I told him I couldn't wait for that idea. He does Green Lanterns, which I really like. And let's see, he signed it. Jess Bragg in Brightest Day. This is volume 4. And I got volume 5. I actually got this from him because I didn't have them. And this one says to Jess in Blackest Night. So that's cool. This was issue volume 5. So that was my fabulous trip to AwesomeCon. And I'll show you the crowd. It was actually kind of crowded. Let's see if I got a pic of the crowd. There's a pic of the crowd if you can see it. It wasn't too bad. I'm shaking because my arm hurts from holding this up. So, John the Uncanny, 4 Kids Walk into a Bank. Is it a good read? Yes, it is. Let me grab it. I'll show you some art from it. It is really good. It's really good. I really enjoyed it. It's got really eccentric characters, but it's really well written, and I just really dug it. The best part, Brandon Robinson, of the con, I think, was meeting Leila DeLuca. She was just so nice and friendly that she was the bright spot of the con. So here's some more artwork from 4 Kids Walk into a Bank. I also had Scott Snyder sign, and it was witnessed, the New York Comic-Con variant of Witches #1. I got it cheap, but if you get it CGC'd, it goes for real money, and I want money. So go ahead and hate me if you don't like CGC. But I had to pay for that. Brandon asks, I'm sorry, E. Tyler says, how much do you think you spent altogether on comics and such? Let's see, I bought the books from Leila DeLuca. That was $40. Then I bought the 2 Green Lantern books. That wasn't much. That was $20. I spent $15 on Troll Bridge from Colleen Doran. And then it was like $35 to get my book CGC'd right there on the spot. I just handed it in, filled out a form, and they took it from me. So I'll get it in the mail. Novacor asked, did you get sketches by artists? Not many artists were doing sketches. There was, as I said before, Sean Gordon Murphy had a huge line, and he did a sketch for me last year that I still have in Punk Rock Jesus. Colleen Doran only did it for charity. Somebody that was there that was selling stuff but not sketching was Mark Brooks. His stuff was fantastic. Couldn't afford it, didn't even want to look at it to see if I could afford it. He wasn't doing sketches. So nobody was really doing sketches in books like last year. Last year I got a bunch of sketches at AwesomeCon, but people just got too popular, I guess. Rob McClay, 4 Kids has such quick-witted dialogue. It really does. That's a really good point. Albert Iodine, sounds like you had a blast, Jess. Yeah, I did. It was really fun. It was freaking tiring on this old dog. I mean, I'm telling you what. Are you doing the custom binds episode soon? Looking forward to that. Yes, I'm doing it with Omar tomorrow night at 5. That's when we're doing it, and we're going to have on live from Japan Kirk Kiefer himself. He's the one that has designed all my books. I believe he's designed some of Omar's books too. I'm not positive. I'll find out tomorrow. But that's going to be tomorrow night Eastern Standard Time at 5. I'm going to do that live. because it's like 7 a.m. in Japan, and Kirk lives there and is nice enough to get up early and be on the chat with us and talk about custom binds. Jess, if you could have dinner with 5 comic creators, who would you invite? Wow, what a good question. Leela DeLuca and her only. Leela DeLuca, I would be on my list. Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo were great. I'd eat a meal with them too. Tom King, he had a mile-long line, and I've already got his signature on a book. I would love to have dinner with him. Who else? One thing about these creators, they were the nicest people possible. I was just delighted with how nice these people all were. So let's see, I need one more person. Let's see, that person's passed away. That person's passed away. Jimmy Palmiotti, and he has to come with his wife, Amanda Connor. I would love to sit there and talk Harley Quinn with them. So that's a good table. It's a table of 6, and we're having corned beef with eggs on it from Unconventional Diner in DC. That's where we went. Stanley, thanks for popping in. I'm sorry you can't stay, and thank you for saying that I'm simply the best. That's nice. Gabe Infinity Watch, don't forget Omni Bros Live has a special episode coming up soon. Do you want me to whoops, I just lost the chat. Okay, came back. No, Alan Moore I would be afraid to have dinner with. Gabe, do you want me to tell everybody what the episode is that we have coming up? Do you want me to name it and promote it? Just tell me in the chat if you want me to. Let's see. Gabe, I've had drinks with Snyder and Capullo in the store. It was the first time I have had Johnny Walker Blue. That's like $300 a bottle. Even I remember that. I couldn't drink it, but that's amazing that you had drinks with those guys. Also, Neil Adams was there. He charges $50 for a signature. I wasn't going to do that. He also charges $25 for a selfie. I wasn't going to do that. I don't know what I did say to Fangirl. I'll give him $20 just to sit there and observe his behavior for 5 minutes, just to see what he's like. Yeah, he's a little too pricey for me, and quite frankly, his art's just not what it was. And teenage Jess would have had a fit overseeing Neil Adams. Teenage Jess, that's 40 years ago, would have worshipped Neil Adams and loved everything Neil Adams did. But now not so much. So any other questions? Or do you want to play a shot game? We can play if you want to drink. I have a drinking game we can play. Do I own it and have I read it? You have to take a shot if I haven't read it. So that could get you heavily drunk. You may not want to do that first thing in the day. Who's a little too douchey for you, Stanley? Gabe? Oh, I bet he had an extra charge for all CGC books too. Yeah, I bet. Gabe, tell me if you want to promote the show. Screw it. I'm just going to do it. On Monday, this Monday, day after tomorrow, we're going to have on Cameron Merkler from In-Stock Trades. He's the owner and operator of In-Stock Trades. Not sure if it's going to be live. We have to see if he's comfortable with a live chat, but we're going to interview him. OmniBros Live is going to interview the head honcho of InStockTrades.com. We're pretty excited about that. We hope it's a live chat, but we got to get his permission first. Oh, Neil Adams, yeah, yeah, I get it, Stanley, you're right. Tyler Trent, did you go buy the first Heathen trade paperback? No, but I have it on my wish list. and I will get it. It sounds good. It sounds really good. Let's see. What other questions can I answer for you? You gonna ask him why we have to wait longer than 5 minutes to get our books delivered? No, we want to stay on his good side. I do want to ask him. The question I want to ask him is, how did he get started? And I mean, he owns DCBS too, two really big companies. I'm interested in how many people work for him, what his business model is, how he's able to provide everything at such great prices and still make a profit. And that's kind of a personal question. He may just say, I can do it. But I'm interested in how he got everything started. I mean, everything comes packaged immaculately at a super discounted price, and it's shipped free, over $50. I know it sounds like I'm doing a commercial for him now, but I mean, they are a great business that I am happy to do business with. And there are lots of other booksellers out there that don't even come close to their business model. So I'm really interested in talking to him about that business model. Can you ask him why it takes a month to deliver to Australia? I assume it's the Pacific Ocean. Is that the ocean that you share with everybody, the Pacific, or is that the South Atlantic Sea or something? I really wonder how much profit they have made off people on the Facebook group. I don't know if I want to ask him that, but I would like to ask him. One question I would like to ask him is, do they? I mean, they're members. He and Emily, his customer service pro. She is a pro. They are members of the group and have posted on the group several times before. So they must monitor us. So I wonder, do they actually use us for order information? Do they say, oh, it looks like Nailbiter 1's getting a lot of heat. Maybe we should order a couple extra copies. I just wonder if they monitor us to see what kind of impact we have. I mean, I think that's really interesting that they are members of the group. Josh Angel, hey Jess, my girlfriend is out of town too. Drinking wine, making enchiladas, and reading my X-Men omnis. Dude, that's a perfect day. I love hearing plans. Everybody tell me what your plans are for the day when you get done talking to me. I think that sounds awesome. Johnny Kid, yeah, Pacific. Okay, good. I did know that. The Crazy Jane, the amount of damaged books I return to Amazon is crazy. They never learn. Amazon, fabulous company to invest in. Getting products from them is a challenge. I think they used to be, back when they started, I believe they shipped pretty carefully. Now it's a bit of a problem. And that's what's so interesting about in-stock trades, is they either use a mountain of packing peanuts or those special foam inserts that nest the books like a newborn baby, as Louise says. I don't know. That's pretty amazing how in-stock trades does it. Yeah, they're really Amazon's not the best, but IST is. Sakura Darling says, my sister and her husband are coming over for pre-Easter dinner. Good. That's great. Easter tomorrow. For those of you who celebrate Easter, happy Easter. For those of you who don't, you still get chocolate, which is a pretty good deal. So it's kind of a win-win. You either get chocolate or you celebrate Easter. So it's pretty darn good. Taylor Brown, reading through Revival today. Nice. I love that book. And then spending time with my wife's family for Easter tonight on the third hardcover of Revival. Excellent. I think that book sticks the landing. It finished up very satisfying for me. I really enjoyed it. Jess, do you know anything about the Superman Omni coming out next week? I'm seriously looking at buying it, but haven't heard anything one way or another if it's good stories or not. That is a good question. I'm waiting to find out. I believe it's the Superman Exile and other stories. I love Superman. I love all things Superman. He was my first hero that I've always followed. But I don't know what's in those books, that book either. I'm not sure what stories they are. I'm probably going to get it anyway because I love Superman so much. I remember the Superman Exile in Space story, reading it, but I don't know what the other contents are. So I'm going to have to wait and see exactly what comes out in that book to be able to decide. Otherwise, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you other than just be careful. You don't want to get something that contains stories that really aren't that great. That's why I want to see exactly what stories are in there. John the Uncanny, is there a release date for the Hickman Fantastic Four Ultimate Collections? I can go on Amazon and see. I don't even know that I knew that there was Ultimate Collections coming out for Fantastic Four. Let's see. Fantastic Four Hickman Complete Collection. See what it says. September 4th, 2018. So that's when, and that's usually In Stock Trades gets it a week before that. So end of August is the answer to your question. John the Uncanny started Big Hard Sex Criminals Volume 1 last night. Pretty good so far. I love both those books. I have the oversized hardcovers. It's a crack up. I just love that book. Mr. Johnny Kid, book depository sent Omnis in cardboard envelopes, and I still haven't received a damaged book yet. Well, you're lucky. You're very lucky. Anthony says he's had a couple of damage from book depository. Taylor Brown, if you had 5 minutes of free shopping on IST, you can get anything you want in your cart, but you only have 5 minutes. What would you go for first? I've had this dream many times. Well, I can look at my wish list and I can look at my wish list and tell you. Josh Angel in defense to the Soups Omni. I'm hoping they wouldn't print an Omni and it not be good stories. That's a good point. So I'm leaning towards buying it blind. I should probably research it though. You're right. I kind of think that they're going to put in the best stories they possibly can too. So that's why I just want to find out what stories are in it. Let's see. Wait, what was? Oh, let me go to IST. My wish list. 5 minutes is a long time. I could get a lot of books. Well, let's see. Avengers by Jonathan Hickman Omnibus number 2, Batman the Golden Age Omnibus volume 5, Black Beetle No Way Out, BPRD on Earth volume 2, the Carnage Omnibus, I want that, Carthago, Deathstroke, Doctor Strange, Sorcerer Supreme Omnibus, yeah, I want that, Flash Rebirth Deluxe hardcover. I'm just reading off my wish list and saying what I want. Green Arrow, the Golden Age Omnibus, that's still on my wish list. Ooh, Harley Quinn and the Gotham City Sirens Omnibus. I still need to get House of Secrets, the Bronze Age Omnibus. Legion of Superheroes, Silver Age Omnibus, featuring the death of Pharaoh Lad, one of the greatest stories of the Silver Age. Miles Morales, Ultimate Spider-Man Omnibus. I want to get the Ven Omnibus. Now, why do I have this on here? Marvel Masterworks Captain America hardcover volume 10 DM variant. That's interesting. I wonder why I put that on there. Red Hood and the Outlaws, Bizarro Reborn Rebirth. I definitely want to get that. Star Wars hardcover volume 3, Sherlock Frankenstein, Supergirl, the Silver Age Omnibus. I want to get that. The Last Unbelievable Gwenpool. And then the two Wolverine books, Weapon X, The Return Omnibus, and Wolverine Goes to Hell Omnibus. That is what's on my wish list. So that is what I would, that's what I would buy if I had 5 minutes. Anthony, thoughts on the new Annihilation trade paperback volume 1 complete collection? If you want to read it, you should. It's I haven't read it yet, but from what I've heard from everybody everywhere, Annihilation is a fabulous book. I haven't read it yet. I still need to do my Cosmic read through, and I still need to do my Hickman read through. I don't know when those are happening. I've got so many books I have to read. But I would definitely pick up the Annihilation complete collection. That's really the only way besides digital that you can read it. So if you want it, definitely get it. Nick, my buddy, any more Nightfall coming in? I don't know. I don't know. Jess, is DC Silver Age writing different to Marvel style? Because I like Silver Age Marvel. Yeah, it is different. Silver Age Marvel was written, I think, more for adults. Silver Age DC was written more for kids. So there's a big difference, I think, there. The reason I like Silver Age DC is the same reason you guys like Nightfall. It's nostalgia. I love reading those old books because it reminds me of being a kid and how much I love those books. Same thing, you guys, with your 90s comics and Nightfall. I realize I'm sounding like Uncle Jess right now, but you kids in the 90s. But Marvel and DC were very different writing styles up until Green Lantern, Green Arrow 76, when comics got a conscience, the famous Green Lantern, Green Arrow 76, a comic book I'm never selling. I'm going to be buried with it because I got it for 15 cents off the rack or whatever it cost me, and it's still in good shape. So yeah, I think you'd be disappointed if you like Marvel style. On certain comics, DC did better than others, but towards the latter part of the 60s, DC got better. Early 60s, it was written for kids. Let's see. Nick asks, do you also collect art of making of books? I don't generally collect those books. I know Gabe has shown me the Jack Kirby Fantastic Four book that's like this big. And I'm sure it would knock a Coke onto my laptop if I tried to show it. But I generally don't buy those making of books, the big art books. What I do like is good girl art. And by that, I mean, let me grab an example real quick. This is Shane Glein's work, and this is the kind of stuff I like. Just fun, cartoony girls. I have Bruce Timm's Naughty and Nice. That's probably my favorite book ever. Here's one of Zatanna. This is the kind of stuff I like, with sketches and things like that. These are the art books that I get. You can call me an old perv. Whoa, I can't show that. I can show, this looks like Vampirella. Yeah, you can call me an old perv. I don't care. I like my books. They're fun. This Shane Glein is just wonderful. Shane Glein's. I love this style. Cartoon retro. Never forget fucking Nemo. No, that's exactly right. Nick, don't worry, Nicholas Munoz. He spells his name N-I-K, so it's a different Nick. Okay, whoops, I'm getting behind. Kylar, I did not get a chance to read Earth 1 Green Lantern yet because I'm finishing up Planetary, and then I have to read and review Spider-Man Deadpool and Sheriff of Babylon for Omnibros Live, and I think that's this week, and I'm way behind. I think I have time on Planetary, but I think we're doing Sheriff and Spider-Man Deadpool like this week, so I got to get going on those. But I looked through that Earth One book, and it looks really good. Dragos, can I read Divinity without knowing anything about the Valiant universe? I have read Divinity before I got into the Valiant universe. There are appearances of the superheroes from the Valiant universe, but treat it like X-Men, sort of, where you just go, oh, okay, that happened. You know, they come in. I don't think you need to know that much about the Valiant universe to appreciate it. Another book you can read from Valiant Universe that you don't need to know anything about Valiant Universe, that's a great book, and that's Dr. Mirage. I love Dr. Mirage. I've read that several times. That's a book that's probably I should have shown on Underappreciated Gems the other night, Thursday night, because that's a great book. Taylor Brown, you going to buy the new Spider-Man game on PS4 later this year? It looks amazing. It does look amazing. It looks truly amazing. I'll have to see. I usually play games with my daughter, and if she wants to get it, I probably will. Also, you're going to get God of War. Also looks great. I haven't played God of War since the first God of War on PS2, so I will look into that. That sounds good. Right now, I'm still playing Senua's Sacrifice Hellblade, and I needed that. I'm playing by myself. I need to finish that up. That's a great game on PS4. I'm really enjoying that. DC got better because it hired Marvel writers like Denny O'Neil. I'm not going to argue with that. Denny O'Neil was a fantastic writer. Whoop. I'm just intrigued to see what happens to Jess next on the live stream. First, the tooth chip. I broke my tooth and had to have a replacement installed. And then Nemo and the Rest in Peace laptop. That's right. Things happen live. I'll do it live. Sort of did just LOL. What was that in reference to? I don't know. Batman Nightfall Omni 3 is due out May 1st. Good for you guys. You guys get that book and enjoy it. I want you to. Old pervs are people too. That's right. E. Tyler, thank you. Brandon Robinson's Sheriff Babylon is so good. It really is. I've read it before, but I'm looking forward to reading it again in the deluxe edition. Yes, tell them what we have coming up. Okay, that's fine. I did, Gabe. I told them what we had coming up. I think you might like Devil May Cry. I played Devil May Cry back on the PS2, and I did enjoy it a lot. I thought it was great. Boy, that was years ago that I played that on the PS2. Yeah, I did like Devil May Cry. Wait, when are you guys talking about Sheriff? I'm going to try and read it before then. I think we're talking about it this coming Thursday. I'm reading as if it is going to be this Thursday. So you read it too, Nick. I'm pretty sure we're doing it this Thursday because we got our review copies and we need to read them. Nick Chesh says, thanks. I recommend The Art of Harley Quinn. Actually, I do have that. Because I'm such a Harley Quinn fan, I do have that. It's a large book. I'm keeping it away from my laptop. I do have The Art of Harley Quinn because I'm such a doofus for Harley. This is a really fun book. Don't go near my laptop. I don't have any soda around. But yeah, The Art of Harley is a great book. I mean, look at this. Wow. This is some kind of book. Look at these. Oh, look at this. This is a gorgeous book. The Gotham City Sirens right there. see if we have any other splashes that are cool. So yeah, Art of Harley Quinn. That's an art book I do own. There's Jimmy Owens. What's up, dude? Nick Munoz. Yeah, we're reading the deluxe. Gabe, we have so many books to read for the show. Planetary Share Crossed. We're not reading Crossed. We're reading Spider-Man and Deadpool. Let's see. I think I saw an earlier question. Nope. The deluxe. Yep. The deluxe of Sheriff. Taylor Brown, how many hours a week do you think you spend in the Omni Cave reading comics? I don't. I'd say I read a solid 2 hours a day that I set aside for it. So it's not crazy. It's not like 40 hours a week. It's, 2 hours a day times 7, which is what, 98? No, 2 times 7. That's about what I spend. Did DC Vertigo give you review copies of Sheriff? No, they did not. That would be cool, but we just have review copies that we do for Omni Bros. We decide on a book we want to get, and then we review it. Anthony Hibbs, regrets? Not picking up Fear Agent Library Edition volumes at $27 was on my wish list for like 6 months. Yeah, I think, isn't it volume 2 that's out of print now? And I don't know. I don't know that they're going to reprint that. Remender does like his oversized books. I'm looking at it right now. Remender does like his oversized books, but I have heard nothing about a reprint of that. If you're asking if I have regrets, I have a few. What have I regretted? Gosh, I don't know. I don't think I have regrets. If I don't like a book, I sell it or get rid of it. Yeah, Dark Horse is actually the Fear Agent publisher, so it depends on what Dark Horse wants to do. Let me think of what my regrets are. There are books that I bought that I regret, but I've sold them. So, and I didn't, don't get upset with me, but I don't know why I bought West Coast Avengers. I bought both those volumes, and I knew I was never going to read it. I just wanted to have them to show. And this is part of the budgeting process. I know people like to make fun of me in the Omnibus group for actually having a budget, but I do. And I'm just not going to get books anymore that I know I'm not going to read. And I regretted getting West Coast Avengers. Don't hate me for it. It's just that particular era of comics just does not appeal to me, and I should have never bought it. Tyler Trent says the Fear Agent's getting paperbacks. Wait, from Image? Oh, did he take it from Image from Dark Horse? Okay, so it looks like it won't get a reprint, but who knows? That's interesting. I did not know that. Okay, Rob McClay saying Fear Agent now with Image. Okay, I didn't know that. Oh, Jimmy Owens reminds me of my biggest regret, Astonishing Wolfman. Yes. That was a regret. So was Batman Widening Gyre and whatever the other name of that crazy cacophony. Those are big regrets. I regret Astounding Wolfman. Ugh. Blech. How many keys do you have on your key ring? Let's see. 4 house keys. Locker at the golf course. 5. Oh, and my car fob is a key, so 6. I have 6 keys. Let's see. Tyler Trent, is Young Avengers Omni good? I bought it for a good price the other day. I haven't read it, but that is one book that constantly people tell me I need to read. Constantly. And I really need to read it, so they'll all shut up. But yeah, constantly people are telling me how good Young Avengers is. I did not sell that. I'm looking right at it. It is supposed to be fantastic. It looks like it's Gillen and McKelvey, so they're a good team. But yeah, Young Avengers, that's a solid choice. I haven't read it, but everybody says it's great. Whoops, I'm lagging in the chat here. Taylor Brown, you planning on pouring root beer on any more horrid books? My favorite moment from your channel is when you destroyed Bramble. You were legit mad that you read it. I was. I that and Savage Highway, just from Humanoids, just pissed me off, because you get a Humanoids book and you think this is going to be good. Well, that's just not the case. Humanoids does put out some crappy books, and Bramble just made me mad. It was just a mishmash of weirdness that didn't make any sense, and it tried to make sense, but I'm like, what's this got to do with that, and how is this supposed to connect? And it doesn't make any sense, and I just didn't like it. It gave me an icky feeling. So I'm gonna have to read a really bad book to destroy it. I haven't read anything really bad that I've hated, but I have to be careful, because that's a bit of a shtick, and I don't want to run it into the ground. I only want to do it once or twice a year, once every 6 months, really. You don't want people thinking all you ever do is destroy books. And there's always a good question. They say, why did you destroy book? I get these comments all the time on my channel. Why did you destroy the book? Why didn't you donate it to the library or donate it to a child? The answer is, it's so awful, I would never give it to anybody else. Widening Gyre and Cacophony are genuine crap. I would never give those to somebody and say, here's a comic book you can read, because it would be a terrible experience for them. Same with Bramble. Same with Savage Highway from Humanoids. Awful books. I would never donate them. I trash them. They don't deserve to be handed to anybody else, because they're not a good representation of comics. I'd rather say, here, Swamp Thing, Winter Special. I read it, thought it was great, donate it if I'm not going to keep it. So, you know, anything other than those books, if I pour root beer on it, that means it's just not worth giving away. And I donate a lot of books to libraries, or I sell them super cheap on the Omnibus Collectors page. But I'm not selling crappy books. I just toss them. Oh, Sam, you're right. I actually like John Byrne, but West Coast Avengers, Fantastic Four, and Alpha Flight, I all sold. I did sell those. Alpha Flight, I just looked at and said, this doesn't interest me. And I did. But I do love John Byrne. I have his Man of Steel run, and I like it a lot. I think I have an Avengers book up there that's John Byrne's Avengers book. I plan on keeping that one. And Omar's kind of convincing me that I need to get Fantastic Four by him when it gets reprinted, the first volume. So I may do that. But I have nothing against John Byrne. I love his writing and his art. Mr. Johnny Kid, I regretted not buying Infinite Crisis, right, but it's getting the reprint. That's a major reprint. That is a really major reprint. Brandon Robinson, that's a book I have right here. Have you read Seven to Eternity? Here's Remender's weird signature on it. I haven't read it yet. I'm waiting for it to be released in trade format, but to a person, 100% of everybody says it's great. I mean, I think you can just go in blind, because it's Remender and Jerome Opeña, and just go in blind and get the trade when it comes out. I am going to do that. It's gotten so much critical appeal. Sorry, that's not the right word. Critical praise. That's what I was going for. That it's a blind buy for me, and I can't wait to read it. I don't even know what it's about, but it looks great. My friend Jameson Johnson got this for me at Third Eye. He got it signed. Third Eye Comics, sponsor of AwesomeCon. They're awesome in Annapolis. Daniel N. I heard that Remender and Moore got the right back to publish the series over at Image in those new trades. They may reprint them in hardcover. You're talking about Fear Agent. Okay. Well, Remender loves his oversized hardcovers, so it wouldn't surprise me one bit if those things got reprinted. So, yeah, quite possibly. Brandon Robinson, do you regret the Neil Adams Batman omnibus? I do. Yeah, that got lost in the flood of 2017, where I lost so many books, and I didn't replace it. Yeah, that's a book I regret. I do. It was everybody knows my issues with that book. I don't need to repeat them here, but yeah, I regret getting it because I regret getting it because I was really looking forward to it. What a disappointment. Super big regret. Just an unbelievable regret. It's actually a pain in my heart, actually, that book turned out the way it did. It could have been so much better. So much better. It's a pain in my heart that book is not what it should be. I don't know math problems, Rob McClay. Oh, Nicholas Munoz. I don't think Jess will like Young Avengers. Elaborate. Explain. Why won't I like it? Everybody loves it, and I love the writer and author. I mean, the writer and artist. Why don't you think I would like it? Going on record now saying you don't think I'll like it. That's a bold prediction. Mr. Johnny Kid, do you like any 2000 AD books? I used to read a lot of Judge Dredd. I haven't collected much Judge Dredd, but I used to read a ton of it. Maybe back in, I don't know, gosh, this is 2018, so maybe around the early 2000s. I do love Judge Anderson. She's my favorite character. That's really all I've read from 2000 AD. Yeah, I'm not seeing any 2000 AD books right now, but I get their appeal. Crazy Jane, the reason I regret buying the Neil Adams omnibus is because now I own Batman Odyssey story twice. Yeesh, I totally agree. Nick Chesh, don't know a thing about Black Panther. Do I jump into the comics first before seeing the film? No, not at all. It's extremely self-explanatory, and it's extremely awesome. I love that film from start to finish. Scariest real villain ever. The real villain, scariest ever in the Marvel Universe. Super well written, super well directed, and it's very self-explanatory. You'll want to read Black Panther comics after it. Oh, a brilliant, shining moment of a movie. I think that movie was. Crazy Jane Adams needs to go live under the earth. He genuinely believes the earth is hollow and that there are creatures underneath it. I'm not making that up. He definitely does. Check it out online. He'll tell you. Ask him and he'll tell you. He knows it's crazy, but he says he believes it. We need a list of books Jess hates. Oh, don't bring that up. Anthony Hibbs read Hard Boiled this week and still in shock. Yeah, I remember reading that when it first came out. That was some book. Frank Miller, that's when Frank Miller was really good still. I don't know that he still has it, but he was really good back then. Taylor Brown, what has been your favorite episode or moment from your time on OmniBros Live? That's a good question. I love being on OmniBros Live. It is a highlight of my week. I know people should probably be sick of me since I'm on 3 times a week. But I think my favorite moments are when Omar and Gabe battle each other, quite frankly. I mean, it just cracks me up. They're both so funny. I just laugh my head off every time Omar is just such a funny guy. I think that he's been a great addition, and I think that that's probably my favorite moment. I can tell you my least favorite moment, not knocking freaking Nemo with a Coke onto my laptop, but breaking my tooth. That's serious implant pain and money. So that was my least favorite moment. Rob McClay, are we talking Omnibus Young Avengers? I believe we are. That's what I'm talking about with Gillen and McKelvey. What is your favorite Batman run? My favorite Batman run. Um, you know, I've been reading Batman a long time, and I can say honestly that I think Snyder's run and Capullo's run is my favorite. I loved everything about it, and I told him that. I told him I'd been reading comics for 50 years, and his is my favorite run. And he shook my head and said, "Thank you. That means so." Shook my head, shook my hand, and said, "Thank you so much. That means so much to me." So, I mean, I think Snyder and Capullo's run is my favorite. Um, you could argue that Denny O'Neil and Neil Adams runs originally were my original favorites when they were coming out back in the early to mid 70s, late 60s, early 70s. That was some great stuff. But I think now it's Snyder and Capullo. Um, let's see. Josh Angel. Jess, could you elaborate a little on why you don't like the Neil Adams Batman? I bought it at the Omni, but it's the only book in my collection still in cellophane. Don't open it. Go to OmniDog's Vault, my channel. There is my most popular video is called Why I Dislike Neil Adams Batman Omnibus with a Fiery Passion. Watch that video and it will tell you. I'll give you the short answer. He re-inked his old stuff, re-inked it, drew over it, changed it completely, recolored it garishly. The colors are eye-bleedingly bad. It changed the whole tone of the book. It doesn't show. The problem is it doesn't show you the groundbreaking art that was there back in the 70s when you had sort of cartoony art, and then all of a sudden here's this fabulous Neil Adams lifelike art on Batman where he became almost like the precursor to the Dark Knight. It's not there in the omnibus. And in the omnibus, you've got Batman Odyssey, the worst Batman story ever written. If I didn't have it destroyed in the flood, I would have destroyed it with root beer. Odyssey's the worst Batman story ever written. Worse than Widening Gyre and Cacophony. It makes zero sense, goes on forever. It's ridiculous, and it's included in that omnibus. And I know I'm probably boring everybody out there that's already seen the video or heard me pound the table on why I hate it so much, but it's just not the book it should have been. If it was just the beautiful art that he created back then with the great writing, what a treasure that would have been. But he changed it. I mean, it's re-inked. It looks different. He's not the same artist he used to be. He's not as good as he used to be. I mean, you just have to look at Harley Quinn's face on some of the covers he's done. She looks like a man, baby. It's just he's just not as good as he was, and it's garishly colored. And I'd put it for sale for like $35 and just get it out of your mind and say, I'm sorry, it's not for me. Yeah, well, there's a reason you can't sell it or trade it. Johnny Kid, I would like a Batman Eternal Omni. I would too. I would too. Fangirl brought Batman Eternal for Snyder to sign, and I may end up just getting the thick trades. I haven't heard anything about an Omni for it. If you had Taylor Brown, if you had to pick a character for Tom King to tackle next, who would you pick? talked about this last night with Luis on the question and answer show, and it would be Swamp Thing. I think Tom King would do a brilliant Swamp Thing. I would love to see him do Swamp Thing. That would be awesome, because I think Capullo's drawing it. What a dream team. That would be great. Okay, did I miss any questions? Will they ever release Batman New 52 Death of the Family in absolute format to follow on from the Court of Owls absolute? I should have asked Snyder that. Gabe actually asked him that, I think. If Gabe's still on the chat, Gabe talked to Snyder and Capullo at length, had drinks with him. It would surprise me if they didn't follow the whole thing up in absolutes, because they may not, because there's a whole Batman Snyder New 52 omnibus coming up, which means there's going to be like 3 or 4 omnis of that. That was just announced. So they may not follow it up with absolutes. That's typical DC behavior. They don't always fill it out. I mean, you see it with Justice League. There's New 52 Absolute Justice League for the first few runs, and then an omnibus for the last part with Darkseid War. And nothing else is collected in any format. So you got absolute, standard, and then omni. That's a mess. So the answer is, I think it's just going to come out in an omni, and you should be satisfied with that. E. Tyler, are those Batman Eternal books good? They are pretty good. They're not as good as New 52 Batman. It was coming out weekly. That's hard to make a really good book. And I have not read Batman and Robin Eternal. I still think good Snyder is worth reading. And I think that's what you get with Batman Eternal. Good Snyder. With Batman New 52, you get great Snyder, and Batman Eternal is good Snyder. So that's still worth it. I can't tell you about Batman and Robin. I just never read it. James Atkins, here's a question. I'm trying to get into Superman comics. What comics would you recommend? Jimmy Owen says All-Star Superman by Morrison. That is a great book. You could read Superman Birthright, Superman for All Seasons. Those are good books. Superman American Alien, that is a great book that's mostly about Clark Kent, and that's a retelling of kind of an anthology of a bunch of stories with different artists, and that's a good book, Superman American Alien. I like the Kurt Busiek run, Superman Up, Up, and Away, Shadows Linger. As I said, Superman Birthright and Superman for All Seasons are fantastic. Let's see. I would say stick with those. And as Jimmy Owens said, All-Star Superman. You don't have to get the absolute if you don't want. It's in trade paperback, and that's a great book. That's a bit of an Elseworld story, but it's fantastic. I can't recommend. Well, Grant Morrison wrote good New 52 Superman. I liked it. You could start with that. John Byrne's Man of Steel. Although that's hard to find because I think volume 4 is badly out of print. Maybe you could read it digitally. That's a good Superman book to read. A book that doesn't get a lot of love, but I really liked, was Superman Unchained by Scott Snyder. You can tell I'm a Scott Snyder fan. A lot of people did not like that book. I really did. So that's on me. If you read it and don't like it, you can blame me. So yeah, that's pretty much it for Superman books that I can recommend for you to start out with. Those would be good. Oh yeah, Rebirth Superman's really good, especially Superman. You could read the adventures of, not the adventures, Lois and Clark. Where do I have that? I have that down here. Sorry, I'm off camera, but I'm looking at my books. Superman Action Comics is okay, pretty good, but Superman Rebirth is really good. But before that, you need to read the Lois and Clark Superman book. That's a trade paperback. And why am I not seeing it? Because I'm not organized. That's why. Here it is. Just a sec. I'll pull it out. The book, I mean, I'll pull out. Read this book, then read Superman Rebirth. You'll be set. This is Road to Rebirth, Superman, Lois, and Clark. This is Dan Jurgens' best book ever. And then you can read Rebirth Superman, because it deals with, I'll spoil it for you, the death of the New 52 Superman, and brings back the Superman you know, who's married to Lois, has a kid, black costume, fantastic story. Cycle Cleveland in the chat. What's up, buddy? Bonus Cycle Cleveland viewing time. Let's see. I could never get the not Superman comics. What? Except for Kingdom Come. Kingdom Come's great. How does All-Star Batman compare to Snyder's New 52 Batman? Josh Angel, I'll be honest with you. Not my favorite Snyder books, All-Star Batman. Don't think they're up to New 52 Batman Snyder. They're okay. I buy them and read them because I like Snyder. But they're not New 52 good, in my opinion. My humble opinion. Besides Powers and 100 Bullets, any other crime series? Ooh, anything by Ed Brubaker. Sleeper, Criminal, Scene of the Crime, Incognito, Kill or Be Killed. Did I already say Sleeper? I'm sure I did. Anything by Ed Brubaker. Gotham Central, that's by Brubaker and Rucka. Dream team right there. Gotham Central's great. So there's your reading list. Ed Brubaker, you see a book by him, pick it up and read it. It's great. Nailbiter, yeah, that's a good recommendation too, Jimmy Owens. Nailbiter's a good procedural on serial killers. It's really good. Let me look around. Fade Out is a bit of a crime story. I loved it. Revival is definitely a crime story with the dead coming back to life. So that would be good. Let's see, I'm just busy looking around my room to see what else is good. Yeah, that probably gives you enough. Yeah, and you mentioned Powers and 100 Bullets. I think that's probably enough for you to get started on. Powers is going out of print. Oh, I didn't know that. Chris M says Stumptown and Whiteout. Yep, those are both good, both by Rucka. Rucka is a great crime writer too. Good suggestions. Nick Chesh, are you a fan of the TV series Stranger Things? Yes. Was it comics inspired? Will it inspire a new comic? I don't think it was comic inspired, and I don't know how well it would translate into a comic, because it's the acting and the kids being the kids. That's sort of what the charm is of that show. So I don't think it was comic inspired, and I don't really think it would make that good of a comic. Anthony Hibbs, I want to jump into Sandman after a few pages on digital. So interested in thoughts on Absolute versus Omnibus versus from everyone. I have your answer. I have the omnibus. There's a regret. I wish I did not get the 2 Omnis. I wish I bought the Absolutes because you can get everything, including Absolute Death, in absolute format. That is the best way. The art is brilliant. The writing's brilliant. It may even, I don't know if it got recolored or not, but it's gorgeous. I'm looking right at my Sandman Omnis. I had to buy, like Death, High Cost of Living, everything else that's included in Absolute Death. I would definitely go the absolute route. That's a regret I have. I wish I hadn't got the Omnis. I wish I'd bought the absolutes. Paper Girls is like Stranger Things? Yeah, sort of. It is. Morrison and Snyder, and eventually Tom King, are the only Batman runs that would interest most modern readers. From Sam von Kluxenborg III. I'm not going to argue with that. That sounds, yeah. Tom King's Batman's fantastic. So, and James Tynion's Detective's great too. Cycle Cleveland just is the best, and if you're hating, hit the pavement. Yeah, baby. Okay, the story sounds great. I'll start there. Good. Sexy and Gray. Okay, that sounds me. Y'all need to have John P. and Cycle Cleveland on the show sometime. That actually might be fun. They're actually the same person, as you can tell. I might actually interview Cycle Cleveland. That could be fun. I think we would have a fun time. That's a good idea, Josh Angel. Dude, so fresh. Thank you. Velvet is, of course, great. Velvet is a spy novel. That is great. Sam and Twitch, I never read. Southern Bastards and Scalped by Aaron are amazing crime books, too. Good point. Very good point. Whoop. Gosh darn it. It jumps ahead. And superpower is riding bikes. It was recolored. Sandman was okay. That's what I thought. But it's I think they did a good job with it, not like Neil Adams' Omnibus. Travis Gilmer, Jess, how did your readathon go when your wife was away? Hope it was good. It did go well. Yeah, I read comics like the whole time she was gone. It was awesome. Can we have a Howard Stern trivia day? Oh my gosh, if I ever had Cycle Cleveland on, that's all we'd talk about. We'd have one viewer and it'd probably be a Howard Stern fan. We'd talk Howard Stern the whole time. How come Jess doesn't upload? What's that mean? How come I don't upload what? James Atkins, can you elaborate? You'll be able to see this once I post it. Once we're done, it goes into the queue and you'll be able to see it. I'm not sure actually what you mean about upload. Drew GB, hey Jess, I know you have a big reading list, but you should read your Oko trade paperback. Oh, you're right. That's upstairs. That's in the auxiliary cave. I really need to read that. Yeah, it looked great. How come I don't upload reviews? Wait. Ben Jones, can we have a video of just Jess talking about bad Silver Age? Yeah, I could probably do a video on that. John the Uncanny. Hey, Jess, 4 Kids Walk into a Bank hardcover is only on Amazon. Do I take the chance? LOL. Oh, boy. Yeah, it's hardcover. It'll probably make it okay. It's worth reading. I'll tell you that much. I love it. I love that book. Is the iZombie statue worth it? It's a little more expensive. Where's my iZombie statue? Where are you, Gwen? Yeah, it is worth it. It's a great statue. I have it out there in the statue collection. It comes with 2 heads. It's really great. No, Comics Guide 101 is Luis. I'm Jess. OmniDog is Jess. Comics Guide 101 is Luis. Chris M., did you ever read Parker, drawn by Darwin Cook? Sure did. I have the oversized hardcover, Martini edition. It's brilliant. That's really good crime. That's a good point. That's a really good crime. Rob McClay, got to take off. Thanks for a great vid. Thank you, Rob. Enjoy your chocolate for Easter. So what else do we have? I'm starting to get a headache, so we're probably going to need to wrap this up pretty soon. I've been talking so much, I'm giving myself a headache. Pretty soon, Jess will be like CNN and MSNBC for comics on 7 days a week. Ay. People would be so sick of me. Thanks for the great comic videos. We appreciate the work you do. Thank you, Taylor Brown. That's super nice of you. I really appreciate that. That's good to know. I do get some fan mail, but I have no idea. I'm up to 1,400 subscribers, but I don't really get that many comments. So that really means a lot to me. I appreciate that. Feel so spoiled. 3 Omnibros live and Jess in 1 week. And I'm doing 2 interviews tomorrow. I'm interviewing Fangirl tomorrow about her AwesomeCon experience. And then I'm doing a video interview about custom bound books. So you're going to get your fill of me if you want. What do you think the chances are they're going to mess up? I know you meant Hellboy, because my iPhone always changes it to Bellboy too. What do you think the chances are they're going to mess up Hellboy's new movie? I like the character. I mean, I like the actor they cast as him. We all have a soft spot for Ron Perlman, but I'm hopeful. I'm very hopeful. I can't believe you did a show today, Jess. You're a madman. I am, but I wanted to show off my books from AwesomeCon. Oh, thank you, James Atkins. I love your videos too. I appreciate that. Travis Gilmer, thank you. Yep, I still have Jimmy Owen's letter. That is in my scrapbook. Thank you, Jimmy. I have that in my fan mail scrapbook that my wife gave me for Christmas. Crazy Jane, I picked up the Eltingville Club on your recommendation. Awesome. I can't wait to hear what you think of it. Is it out of print? Did you have to pay a lot or was it hard to find? Crazy Jane, did you have to pay a lot of money or is it out of print? Because I had heard it was out of print. Maybe I can go on Amazon Doc Trades. Let's see, Eltingville. I don't want to type in Eltingville. Eltingville Club. Okay, good. Oh, okay, good. It's still in stock. You should all go to Amazon. If it's in stock, maybe it's in stock and in stock trade. Excuse me, I have the hiccups real quick. Let's see if it's on in stock trades. Eltingville Club. Oh, you losers. I have to sign in. I got to type it all over again. Eltingville Club. Oh, it's on in stock trades. Hardcover. It's only $11, 45% off. Yeah, you guys should get it. Eltingville Club back in print on in stock trades for $11. That's crazy cheap. Whoops, now I'm way behind. Will anyone get the Hellboy paperback omnibuses? Ben Jones? I won't, because I already have everything in hardcover. But I think it's a great way to pick them up if you don't already own them. I have no problem with the fact that they're paperback. It's okay. Not everything has to be hardcover. The important thing is get the material, because Hellboy's so good. Just get the material. Don't get hung up on hardcover stuff. I know you didn't say you were, but I'm just saying out there to the general audience, just get the material, even if it's paperback. That's cool. Crazy Jane picked it up on Amazon UK. Oh, okay, you're over there in old what do they call it? Blighty, old Blighty. Jimmy Owens, Justice's recommendations are the best. What a sweetheart. Thank you, Jimmy. He's never let me down. Descender may be my favorite book. All right, that is awesome to know. Thank you, Jimmy. Anthony Hibbs. Good night, dude. Where are you? Where the heck are you? Are you in Australia? 2:24 a.m. Gonna sleep. Cheers. Hi, Chimunga. 12 hours ahead? You must be in Australia. I have to go. Thanks for the recommendations on Superman. James Atkins, thank you. And thank you for the kind words. I appreciate it. I got Beautiful Darkness because of your recommendation. Real cool stuff. That book is amazing. I need to reread that again. That is one amazing, beautiful book. Jimmy Owens, I read first issue of Shutter last night. I liked it a lot. Good. I'm excited that you read that, Jimmy. It's a good book. Solid writing, solid, really fun art. Really happy with that book. Jay Rocks, welcome to the stream. I may need to go get my power cord. I've been down here a lot longer than I thought I would be. Let's see. I know. I'll open this up. Yeah, the art's really good in that book, Shutter. Let's look at this book. Since it's quiet in the chat right now, let's open it up. And Jesse, you going to Heroes Con? I have a friend down there that's always asking me that. And I don't know, because I'm going to Baltimore, and I may be going to Baltimore for 3 GD days because Omar's coming up for it. I don't know if I can handle going to that many cons, man. This old dog gets tired at those things. And I mean, I just get beaten on walking on those floors. It's not like it's cushy carpeting, man. So I don't know. I'm thinking about it. It's Titus Kiramana that wants me to come down to Heroes Con. I really would like to. And my big trip this year is going to Nevada to get Adam Hughes' signature on some stuff with Gabe at Torpedo Comics. So I kind of doubt I'm going to Heroes Con this year. Let's see, Jesse. I want to read some Ben Jones. I want to read some Rebirth Batman. What title shall I read? All-Star, Detective, or Batman? I don't think All-Star's that good. It's good, but it's not as good as Batman and Detective. Those are great. Read Batman Rebirth and Detective Rebirth. You will love those. You have the OmniDog Pledge. Those books are excellent. Excellent. I read 4 issues of I Hate Fairyland, and the art was so good and the story was great and so fun. I Hate Fairyland's a blast. I love that book. I love Scotty Young. He's just great. He has such a twisted sense of humor that I love. Have your friend get me a copy of the new Mind Management. Is that the one that is being sold direct from the writer? I ordered a copy of that, but I think it might be sold out. I don't know how to get a hold of that, other than trying to get it from the creator, Matt Kent. I don't know how to get that otherwise. When Gabe, when Jess comes to Las Vegas, it's going to turn into an In-N-Out con. I think we're going to be eating at In-N-Out 3 times a day for 4 days straight. Although we're going to get chicken and waffles at Yardbirds too, right, Gabe? John the Uncanny, he's from Vegas. All right, good. I think Gabe works at Torpedo, and he knows his books. He knows his books, that Gabe does. Drew GB, does anyone know when I Hate Fairyland will end? 20 issues. That is a good question. I don't know. I have the hardcover, and it's absolutely gorgeous. Just gorgeous. I love the coloring in that thing. I love everything. Cycle Cleveland, yes, that's the one I missed. It's only at cons now. Okay, well, if I go to a con and I know that Matt Kidd's going to be there, I will look for you. I don't know that he's going to be at Baltimore. I don't know how many shows he does, but I will look for that for you. Lloyd Wong, I got Thor God of Thunder Volume 1 hardcover. Do I need to get the second volume hardcover by Jason Aaron, or can I be satisfied with God Butcher, God Bomb by itself? My opinion is the first book is one of the best Thor books ever written. The second book is also really very good. It's not as great as God Bomb, God Butcher, but I think that you're missing out if you don't get it, and I think you're missing out if you don't get the Jane Foster Thor. Those are 3 great Thor books. I think this is going to sound crazy. I think they're the best Thor books ever. I mean, I really am. I've never been interested in Thor. Walt Simonson's Thor, cool book, no question. I'm not going to argue with anybody about that. But Jason Aaron's run made me love Thor. So I think you should get all 3 oversized hardcovers, read them straight through. You will be happy. I definitely think so. I'm reading Batman Secret Identity. Oh, that's a good book too. It's really great. Have you read the Batman sequel? I have not. I don't think I have. Jess, any plans to come to Florida cons? I'd love to meet up with you sometime. I assume I'll bump into Luis sometime since he isn't far away from where I live in North Florida. I could see myself going to MegaCon with Luis. That'd be a blast. We'd have lots of fun together. He's a great guy, and I would love to hang out with him because he wants to take me, Josh, to a place called Junior's, I think it's called, where they have a burger hot dog sandwich. I want that. Cuban Groove retracted his message, but I saw it. It was something about fables. You can post it again, Cuban Groove, and I'll answer your question about fables. Not sure why you retracted it, but I'll have to see what your question is before I actually answer it. Jess, what can you tell me about fables? Worth reading and spending on all the hardcovers. I love fables. I'm one of the ones that people think that it started strong, got a little weaker, and finished strong. This guy thinks it was strong all the way through with really great art all the way through. I thought the writing was stellar and steady all the way through. Now, it's got 15 volumes. That's a serious expense. I would get the first trade paperback and see what you think about it. If you like it, then you can start getting, a hardcover every 3 months or something. They're not that expensive on in-stock trades. But, for you to go out and buy all 15 hardcovers is insane. So don't do that. But get the first one in trade. Read it. I love the whole concept. I thought it would have been a great HBO show. I still think it'd be a great HBO show. I love Fables with all my heart. Through the whole run, I loved it. Psycho Cleveland trying to get Kent to send me a copy with a page of original art. Well, that'd be something. Josh Angel Jr.'s never heard of it. I'll check it out. A burger dog does sound interesting. I believe it's called Juniors. I'll double check with Luis and I'll let you know in the Omnibus group. But I'm pretty sure it's called Juniors, is what he said. Lloyd Wong, I finished the first Jane Foster hardcover. Good. Going to dig into volume 2 after I finish Vision hardcover. Solid plan. Vision. You can tell I've been talking a long time. Vision rules. Vision is a fabulous story. Jimmy Owens, where are you? We have a Miners, huge burgers. I forget where you are, Jimmy. What state are you in? Caldwell Comics, I'm reading Fables right now. It's incredible, only on the 4th hardcover. Good for you. Lucky you. I need to reread that whole thing too. Oh my God, I have so many comics to read. But I love comic books, so that's okay. I think that you're going to love books 4 through 15 just as much as you did 1 through 3 or whatever, if you're on number 4. I just love Fables. Whoop, I saw a question I can answer. Gabe Infinity Watch. Josh Angel, Juniors is awesome. They put Lay's potato chips in your burgers. Yeah, Luis took Gabe to Juniors. So when Gabe went to, now I'm blanking on the name, FloridaCon, whatever that big con is down there. MetroCon, FloridaCon. I forget now. I said it a few minutes ago, but I'm starting to lose my mind. Which Superman origin story do you like more, Wade's Birthright or John's Secret Origin? Ooh, I will say Birthright. I love Birthright, so I'll say that. Fables is awesome. I'm on book 5, and as a bonus, all 15 hardcovers fit perfectly into one Calyx cube. Awesome. Taylor Brown, I'd still like to see your hauls on Instagram, even if you don't do videos of them anymore. My daughter's coming over tonight. It's her birthday, and I will hit her up to help me with Instagram. I actually can do it myself, but she likes doing it. So I need to send her a bunch of pics of all my hauls. I need to do an AwesomeCon haul for Instagram. Good thing, Taylor Brown. Thanks for reminding me. I do need to do hauls. Instagram, I really need to update. If you're interested in Instagram, I'm there under OmniDogs_Vault. MegaCon, that's right. Thank you, Sam. Jimmy Owens is in Washington State. Okay, that's right. John the Uncanny, I think I may have just bought the first hardcover of Descender right now. You will be happy. Descender, what a great book. Beautiful watercolor art. Great story. Jeff Lemire, Dustin Nguyen, that's how you say his name. Knock it out of the park with Descender. Yeah, Jimmy Owens is a big Descender fan. Gabe Infinity Watch, I wish Fables was in Absolutes. That would be gorgeous. Josh, I'm DJing down in Orlando all the time, so I'm assuming Juniors is down in that area since that's where Luis is from, I believe. Yeah, he is. I'll check it out next time I'm down there. Yeah, that's where he said they have the burger dog. Any 80s kids knows you always put chips in your sandwiches. J-Rock says, Fables is a great series, probably second fave Vertigo series. J-Rocks, what's your favorite Vertigo series? I'm interested in that. Just come down to Miami. I should. I'm getting to be that age where I may be moving to Miami in a few years. Jimmy Owens, my biggest issue with Descender is I read it too fast because you can't put it down. Then you reread it. Yeah, it is. Can be a fast read. You need to take your time and really just wash yourself all over with it. Because yeah, you can read it a little too fast. And I think I have about 5 more minutes left in me because I have to bake an angel food cake for my daughter for her birthday. So I got to go upstairs and do that. It needs to cool off so we can frost it. Move to Cleveland. I love Cleveland. I have relatives in Cleveland. I was born in Akron. So, and then I moved to California for the rest of my life. I was only in Akron a few years, but all my mom's relatives are in Cleveland. I love Cleveland. Cleveland rocks totally. I cycle Cleveland. I love Cleveland. Sam asks, do you agree that all the best Superman stories are Elseworlds? In continuity, Superman is generally ho-hum in my opinion, with a few exceptions. Yeah, I think it's hard to write Superman. I mean, when you get an all-powerful guy like that, it is hard to write him, and Elseworld stories can be really good. And you can only tell his origin, retell his origin so many times before people go, I get it. So some elsewhere stories are really good. I think that these Rebirth Superman, and as I said, wherever I put Lois and Clark, I think that is a really good Superman book. Happy birthday, Jess's daughter. Thank you. You see her on when we do reviews of root beer on Root Beer Reviews. We review root beer occasionally. Jess, are you ready to munch down on some Easter food? Yeah, we're having Easter food tonight because tomorrow my wife and I go on Whole30, the diet Whole30 for the month of April. So it's pretty much paleo, and that's what we're gonna be doing. Red Sun is awesome, Crazy Jane. Rumor has it Jess is a huge closet Cavs fan. I do like the Cavs because they're from Cleveland. I'm pretty sure I like Tomasi's Batman and Robin much more than Snyder's Batman. You agree? Yeah, love the energy of Bruce and Damian in that book. That is a good book. Snyder's still my favorite, but Tomasi's Batman and Robin is awesome. It is awesome. I love reading it in floppies. I haven't reread it in the Omni yet, but it is a fabulous run. Jess, buttercream frosting on the angel food? You know it. Buttercream frosting, and then my wife drizzles melted chocolate over that. So it's chocolate drizzled over buttercream on the angel food cake. And Michael Stipe, the REM guy. What about him? Cycle Cleveland. And why isn't that in all caps? Lloyd Wong, when can I look forward to your next broadcast? I missed today's because I was still sleeping. But you're on it now. So you're watching it now. Tomorrow I have 2 live interviews, one with Fangirl about her AwesomeCon experience. And then I'm doing an interview at the end of the day with Omar about custom bound books. Jimmy Owens, thanks again for the stream, Jess. Headed to the store. Thank you, Jimmy. Love you, buddy. Cuban Groove, Jess, tell Caldwell Comics to start posting videos again. He is awesome. Caldwell, post your videos. You've got a fan in here telling you to post videos. What's going on? I know it's hard to post them. I'm very irregular. I go in a burst. Like a weekend, I'll do 3, and then for 2 weeks, I'll do nothing. Then I do 3, and then I do nothing. I would be much more successful if I did like Monday, Tuesday, Friday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, just regularly. But that's not when I get the inspiration. I just get the inspiration on weekends to just burst it out. Oh, you woke up at the tail end of today's. Yeah, I'm about to end this because I'm losing my mind. I'll be looking forward to the John P. interview. Needs to be a Friday or Saturday night so we can all drink for it. Maybe we'll do, maybe we'll play a drinking game so you can all take shots. Drew GB, thanks so much, Jess, for all the hard work you do. Your enthusiasm is awesome. The videos are very appreciated. That means so much to me. Thank you so much. That is awesome. I just, I can't tell you how much that means to me. And I think I'm going to take like 2 more questions, and then I got to knock out because I'm starting to see double. So I'll answer 2 more questions, and then I've got to call it because I'm losing my marbles. You guys have been great, by the way. Thank you for all the great questions. You guys are all great. I really appreciate everybody participating in this. We got up to 40 viewers, which is a lot for the middle of a day on a Saturday. I'm sure you guys have much better things to do than to listen to me yap about comics, but I really, really appreciate all you guys. Thank you, Josh Angel. I appreciate it so much. Maybe I should stop now while I'm ahead. Thank you, Cuban Groove. I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me. Really does. I think I am going to end this now because I'm probably going to start talking in tongues or something, a bunch of gibberish. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate that. You guys are great. Let's see. I will promote a couple things. Monday on Omnibros Live, we're going to be interviewing the head honcho from In Stock Trades. Not sure it's going to be live yet. We have to get his permission, but that's going to be Monday. If it's not, if we don't have a live chat, we'll just put it up right after we interview him, and you'll be able to watch it. We're going to be asking the hard-hitting questions, which probably aren't going to be really that hard-hitting. Tomorrow, I'm going to be interviewing Fangirl about her AwesomeCon experience, and Omar and I tomorrow are going to have Kirk Kiefer, the custom bound guru, on live and talk about custom bound books. Thank you, Crazy Jane. What time is the live interview tomorrow? The one with Omar is at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The one with Fangirl is probably going to be, I would say, probably about 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, peace and love from OmniDog. Thank you guys so much. I love you all. You guys are great. I appreciate all the likes I got. And Caldwell Comics, do more videos. So, peace and love, peace and love. I love all you guys. Thank you so much.